Alright, we're using example of a zoo to practice zero-based indexing and negative indexing in NumPy arrays. I have a file here for you that helps you understand. The zero-based indexing is the one that we use typically. It starts from 0, it goes to the number of rows or columns or number of elements -1. Negative indexing starts from -1 and it goes backward. So the last element here is -1. The first element is 0. So this is not totally corresponding, and that's why it makes it confusing for students. So here in the zoo example, if I wanted to find the dog, I would look for first element of the first row, so that would be 0 and 0. Yes, so I have that, and if I wanted to find the dog with negative indexing, so look at the table. This is going to be a row with the index of -4, column index of -3. So the dog is this element. These are the column indexes or the second array indices. And then you see that I have -4 for the first dimension. So if you do that, getting -4 for the first dimension, -3, and if I wanted to show you here the dog, -1 here, -2, -3, -4. On the first dimension is -4, and on the second dimension, this is the mouse in -1, cat is -2, and the dog is -3. So this should give me the dog. And I have a few other examples for you. Let me put this up so you can see the animal as I find it. So I'm sorry. So I'm looking for a raccoon here. So the raccoon here is 0 and 1. First dimension is 1. 0, 1, and 2 for the second dimension. Yes, and if I wanted to do that for the other dimensions, it goes from this is -1, -2, -3 for the first dimension, and it would be -1 because it's the last element for the second dimension. And I have to make sure I'm printing with parentheses, not with brackets. So my dog is here. I got a little bit distracted. Alright, so this is the raccoon, hopefully. Yes, it is. And here I want you to find the lion and the cow. And this is the cow, this is the lion, and I'll let you practice bringing up those. And here I want us to practice this one now. So I'm going to bring it up. Bunny, fox, and raccoon. So where are bunny, fox, and raccoon? So here I'm trying to get to basically the second row. So here how we do it in multi-dimensional NumPy arrays. So I would get the second row that is index 1 and all the columns in that second row, as well as I'm doing the other way. It would be the second row, so I go -1, -2, -3. That would be corresponding to my second row. So this should give all the animals, the bunny, the fox, and the raccoon. There are both ways of writing that. I have another example for you, and I think that's important, and I think that's the fox and the raccoon. Fox and the raccoon, only these two. So we have to work with a wrench. Here, I'm gonna push this up so we can see the animals, and we can use that as our guide. And I picked the zoo example just for this reason, so we have a visual guide to help us practice. So here I have the fox and the raccoon are both in the second row, but not all the elements in the second row. I would start with index 1 and I go to the end. So this is index 0, 1, and 2. So if I put 1 colon, it means that 1 and the rest of the elements. You could put 1, 2, 3, or 1 colon 3. That would do the same. I'm going to do the same negative indexing, and that's going to be first row becomes -1, -2, -3. And if I wanted to do the negative indexing, I would say -2, and so this is -1, -2. I'm saying start from -2 and go to the end. That colon means it go to the end. Basically, if you don't specify the end, it goes to the end of the array. There are two other ways you can write this, and those are these. First row, index 1 to 3. I told you if you don't want to say to the end of the array, you can say that it stops 1 before that. So when you say 1, 2, 3, it goes up to not including index 3, which is what we wanted, and this is another way. So there are other ways also you can write this. Let's test this and make sure all of them are giving us the fox and the raccoon. So playing with the ranges here on the second dimension. So we just played with the ranges in the second dimension. Now what if we wanted to do range on the first dimension? Dog, bunny, bear, and tiger. Let's see if that will give us that. Yep, that is going to be useful. So let's move this up so we can practice. So where is dog, bunny, bear, and tiger? And again, if you don't see them well, here they are. Dog, bunny, bear, and tiger, they're all the first element on the second dimension. So they're the first element of second dimension. So that column says for all rows, what elements of all rows? Element with index 0. This one, it says zoo, negative indexing all rows. What elements? Elements -3, because again -1, -2, -3. So these two should give us what we are looking for: dog, bunny, bear, and tiger. And there is one more example I want us to do, and that is the range on let's see, or is it the same example? Let's see. I think it's the same. And cat, fox, panda, and lion. It's similar. So printing zoo. This is the second element. So index would be 1. So all rows, their second element. It's very similar to the previous one. I think we could play with the range a little bit. So this one and -2 if we wanted to do the negative. Alright, so these are the second element, index 1, and if we go negative indexing, -1, -2. So this one, that, and so if you wanted to put a range, let's say you wanted to get 0 and 2 only, cat and the fox only. No, cat, yeah, cat and fox. This is cat and fox, meaning that I specified a range for my first dimension. We did the range for the second dimension here, and this is the range for the first dimension. So I wanted to show you that as well. The files are available for you to see, but I encourage you to practice before looking at the way I do them. And sometimes there are some other ways to write the same indexing that I have written, depending on how much specification we have. Alright, good luck and happy indexing.